this is Kerry from Your Level Best, and today I'm actually going to talk about pull-ups. And you're probably thinking, wait a minute, didn't Skylar already do a video on pull-ups? Yes, he did. However, what I want to show you today is how you can do pull-ups if you have a lot less muscle mass in your arms. And this could actually apply to men and women, but I'm mostly focusing on women today. Because a lot of times the methods that are usually taught by personal trainers, for example, and that's what Skylar was showing you, and they're not wrong, sometimes those are very hard to do for women. So what I wanted to do today was to actually show you a different method, the method that I use to be able to do my first unassisted pull-up at 40, and then this way you can do it yourself. So before I start with the demonstration, let me talk a little bit about the method and a couple of things to keep in mind. Number one, I just want to talk about the things to keep in mind. Number one, if you have injuries in your upper body that are from way back when, or you have tendon issues, you definitely don't want to be doing pull-ups. Tony actually doesn't do pull-ups anymore because he's had several injuries in his upper body, and it actually makes things worse. So if you have injuries that you need to be mindful of, don't do pull-ups. The other thing is if you have a lot of weight to lose, if you're talking about maybe, you still have 100 pounds to lose or quite a bit to lose, you may want to save the pull-ups for later, just because you're doing your body weight. And if you've got a very large body weight compared to your muscle mass, it's going to be really hard to do these without actually buying several of the assists that I'm going to talk about today. So just keep those things in mind. Again, if you have injuries or you have a lot of weight to lose, you may want to either not do these or wait until a little bit later. So let me talk about the method. So if you have a pull-up bar available to you, one of the things that helped me tremendously were these. Now, these are pull-up assist bands, and I actually tried these at the recommendation of another fitness guru, and they help tremendously. And the reason why is they give you enough of an assist so that you can do the pull-up, the full motion of the pull-up, and practice and gain your muscle that way. So you'll definitely want to look online. If you look up for pull-up assist bands, there's lots of them on the market. These are about 30 bucks, so they're not terribly expensive if you really want to learn how to do pull-ups and you don't have a lot of strength in your arms. So what you want to do is get a band that will allow you to do the pull-up. It's still hard, but it's not so hard that you can't lift yourself up. So you want it to still be challenging in order to get a workout, but you don't want it to be so challenging that you can't do it, or too easy that you could like rock out 50 and not feel a thing in your arms. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get to the demonstration and how this works, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so let me show you how these resistance bands, these pull-up assist bands work. Now, you don't want to use a resistance band. Those are too weak to be able to do this. This band is actually very thick. It's probably a 1/4 inch thick. It's not like those flimsy resistance bands. So you definitely want to, when you search for these, you want to use pull-up assist bands. So let me show you how this works. It's really simple. So you have your pull-up bar, and you can see I have my pull-up bar here. You want to take the band and actually wrap it around. So I'm going to loop it around here, and you want to make sure that it gets tightened. Then, really what you want to do, and you may need a ladder for this depending on how flexible you are, take one foot. You can stretch this down a little bit. Take one foot, grab the bar, and then do your pull-up. So as you can see, it's giving me a nice assist. And I can do pull-ups very easily. And this is actually too easy for me because I now am able to do pull-up without an assist. So Now that I've shown you how these work, let's talk about a few other things about doing pull-ups and muscle building in general. Okay, so I hope this inspires you to actually do a pull-up. I think a lot of ladies out there are still worried about doing, any muscle building exercise, but I guarantee if you do pull-ups, if you can do them, then you will get really strong, sexy arms, because you can't get that look. Because I know a lot of women love the look of the cut arms. They think that's great, but it's like, oh well, I don't want to get my arms. If I lift, they'll get too big. Stop worrying about that. See my I don't want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger video about lifting. But also, if you are severely overweight right now and you're like, wow, I can't do that, just lose a little bit, when you're further in your progression and you can start using the assists. I used the assists and I was 30 pounds overweight. So you want to make sure that you lose enough body weight so that your arms are able to start building the muscle you need. So look online for pull-up assists, and that way you can get started. They're not expensive, and if you really want to do pull-ups, they're a good thing to use. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and check out our website, yourlevelbest.net, and I'll see you next time.